Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Fish Tank. This is 13, and today we're going to be talking some Destiny. So, as you can see on my screen, I'm using the Vex Mythoclast on Twilight Gap in the Iron Banner. That's right, Iron Banner is back. Bungie just recently put out a patch that came with a bunch of things, big update, but the main thing in that was the Iron Banner's return. So that's what you're going to see on the screen. I just kind of wanted to put this video up, talk to you guys about what's in that patch, what they managed to update, and kind of what that means for the future of Destiny. So, first things first, what did Bungie change in the Iron Banner? Well, if you ever played the previous Iron Banner, don't worry, your rank is still going to stay the same, but Bungie has changed a couple things. Number one, unfortunately in the previous Iron Banner, the rank differences did not actually work, or at least not as Bungie intended. I went in as a level 19 Warlock when I was ranking up my Warlock just to check it out, and was able to compete with level 30s, and that just shouldn't happen, so Bungie fixed that. The other thing Bungie did that kind of affects the level gap is all the weapon damage now scales properly on the Iron Banner. So, if you're level 30 and you're going into Iron Banner, you should be able to compete as a level 30 and not feel like level 26ers or 25s are causing you nearly as much damage as they used to. A couple other useful changes that Bungie put into Iron Banner is there's now 5 ranks instead of 3, so you can rank up higher in Iron Banner than you could before. They've also included things to help you get more XP per match, so you can buy something from the Iron Banner guy in the tower that'll let you earn about 55 XP per Iron Banner win, I believe. The other thing is when you lose, you receive an Iron Banner medallion that when you win is redeemable for some more XP. Those stack up to, I believe, 5 medallions, so you can lose 5 matches in a row and still redeem some of the XP from those matches you lost. Being able to redeem the XP from those matches you lost serves kind of a double purpose. The first thing is, it doesn't feel like a waste every time you lose a match. You still get the XP, it lets you rank up faster in Iron Banner, and you can spend those Crucible points on Iron Banner items. The second thing, and this is probably the most important addition in the entire patch, is that now Iron Banner armor can go up to light level 30. That's right, you can actually hit level 30 without having to complete the raid. So, Iron Banner is probably going to be the new fastest way to hit level 30. It's a big deal that they put level 30 light armor in there. And that's kind of what they were intending to do in the beginning, but I don't think it actually happened with the original Iron Banner. So now, if you're a multiplayer heavy player on Iron Banner, you can actually go in and get level 30 light armor. That's a big deal. So, the faster you rank up, the better chance you have of getting that armor. So another thing that Bungie did doesn't just affect the Iron Banner, but actually multiplayer as a whole, was they went in and rebalanced a lot of things. So now, there were a bunch of locations on maps before that people could jump up, climb up, and kind of camp in the rafters or someplace, or get on a box or behind a box that somebody couldn't really shoot them from. So Bungie said that's not fair. They went in, they added some cover in places, they restricted your ability to get to some certain advantageous positions, and the biggest change in multiplayer is they actually moved a couple of the flags on some maps. Blind Watch now has new Crucible flag locations for the game mode Control. So if you're playing Control, Blind Watch now has new flag locations. It's kind of a big deal. It works great for Iron Banner. I haven't actually played regular Control since Iron Banner came out, because I'm trying to work my Iron Banner rank up. But hey, those are kind of the major multiplayer changes that Destiny and Bungie instituted, but they're not the only changes that Bungie put in the game. In fact, there's a lot that they put into the single-player missions as well, or the Vanguard missions, take your pick on what to call them. But the biggest thing they did was they basically reskinned everything. So now all of the ranks in the tower, when you go to look at your rank on, say, your Vanguard or your Crucible, the rank is now slightly reskinned, new logos. You should have the same rank as before, nothing's changed. But they've basically done a reskin of that. They've also reskinned a lot of things in the single player. So now, on patrol missions, when you go next to those little green beacons that show you patrols, you no longer have to hit select to see what kind of patrol it is. A little bubble will pop up above the patrol mission, showing you the logo of the patrol. Those have also changed, that is the logo of the patrol missions, but not significantly. You can still tell exactly what kind of patrol they are, so it's not something you have to worry about huge. but it looks great. They've really put some effort into kind of rebalancing things, making things look nice, making things kind of perform how they should, and it's really a nice change to have Destiny institute this. One of my favorite new additions, and this is one that I haven't had to worry about too much so far, but it's just been kind of annoying, is that they have finally supposedly fixed the upgrade notifications showing up on old weapons, on weapons that you're just swapping between characters. I haven't had this problem since the patch, however, that doesn't mean it's totally gone. It could still pop up, but I'm going to have faith in Bungie and say, hopefully that patch has fixed that issue, so thank goodness we don't have to look at those little green plus signs anymore. Maybe the biggest change that Destiny has instituted actually affects both the single player and the co-op game modes, you know, multiplayer, whether it be the Crucible or the Vanguard missions, doesn't matter what you're playing. They've actually added voice chat. So the game that's supposed to be always online, that's supposed to be always played with somebody else, whether you're with them or not, now has the ability to chat with people. They have added in the voice chat ability. You can turn this on and off. I haven't played too much around with it yet, but as far as I can tell, it works pretty well. So now if you get randomly matched in a fire team with somebody, you can actually talk to them if they have a headset. Now, it doesn't mean everybody's always using a headset. A lot of people just go into a solo and get matched up and aren't too worried about who their teammates are. But from what I can tell so far, this is incredibly convenient. It means I don't have to worry as much about some random getting in my game. I can actually, you know, go into a strike mission with a random and be successful, and I like that. I like that Destiny has put that in. It's a very positive change. It also works for the multiplayer. You can now chat in multiplayer lobbies. If you're playing some Control, your whole team of 6 can hear you unless they're in party chat. And it's just an overall great change. Now, the one real downside to this that I've noticed is because a lot of people like me are used to playing in groups of people, most of them are still in party chat. So not very many are actually using this new chat feature just because people are so accustomed to going in with their group and chatting in parties. So it's a little bit of a shame, but the new feature is a little bit underused so far. This might change. The game's only been patched for a day or so, so you know, people could adopt the new system. But what I'm noticing is, while it works great, the chat has no problems. It's cool to be able to chat with people. A lot of people are still rocking the old party chat and not really taking advantage of it. So kind of the last little tidbit of information that's worth mentioning about this patch is they did scale down the difficulty of the strike missions when you're using a full fire team. Hopefully, you know, that'll encourage some people to use the new chat system, get in some games, and not worry as much about it because it is easier when they're rocking a full party. Hopefully this video was enjoyable. Maybe you learned something about the patch you didn't know before. If you liked it, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. We really do appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and let just a little bit of this gameplay that's left play out. You've been swimming with the fishes here on TwoFishGaming. Bye, guys.
Victory doesn't win a war, but it's a good start. Good work.